This is Eric Groves recording a screencast for CIT 372, Telecommunications 2. Today we're going to be talking about SSL and TLS. These are both protocols that are used to secure and authenticate information sent between a client and a server. One way you can tell that these protocols are being used is by this lock here that is often displayed when you are buying things online or logging into sensitive accounts. Now, for the remainder of the video, we're going to be looking at a trace file that contains SSL traffic. So we'll go ahead and pull that up and filter out everything that isn't SSL or TLS traffic. And the main packets we're going to be focusing on today are these first 8 here. And we'll go ahead and break down that process. So it starts out with a client hello. The client sends this to the server to start the process of setting up encryption and authentication. It sends information such as the length of it, the content type, and the version. And then it also includes information of the cipher suites that it can use while communicating with this server. These are all the possible variations that it can use. The other thing that the client hello includes is what is known as a challenge. And the challenge is used by the server to basically set up a one-time number that can be used only once. So if someone actually tries to resend a packet with that same challenge, it'll get denied. Now we'll go ahead and go down to the server hello. The server hello includes information such as, once again, the content type, version, and length of the record. And then it includes, here we can see this is the response to the challenge, this randomly generated number. And then here you can start seeing where it's starting to build the actual session where they communicate. And another thing it includes in here is actually the specified cipher suite they're going to use to communicate, encrypt, and authenticate. The next thing that the server sends is the certificate, which is basically, it sends that to the client, and so that the client can ensure that it is talking to who the server says that it is. The next thing that is sent out, the client sends what is known as the key exchange. This is where it actually starts sharing the keys for the encryption that is going to be used on the traffic. And what's also included in this particular record is the pre-master secret. This is actually used to encrypt the data of the key being sent so that that information can't be found by someone looking at the packet. It also includes cipher change, which is good, so in the middle of the authentication it actually changes the cipher to increase the security, so that maybe if someone found out the authentication process prior to this, it changes it now so that same authentication process won't work. And then here is the handshake message that is encrypted, and that's basically them saying that they're about to end the authentication process and start sending the data, and that is once again repeated by the server, which sends similar information to basically say, alright, this is how we're going to communicate. And here is where application data is actually starting to be sent out, and it includes, here is the encrypted data. Now here's a little graph that kind of breaks that down of the information being sent back and forth from the client here to the server. And that is the basics of SSL and TLS communications over a TCP/IP network.